I mean, why do you kiss the black stone in the Kaaba?
To take away the sins.
That's to take away the sins.
Well, that's a different matter. There's a lot way you could go into it, right? But
So give me your way. What's the way you look at it?
that's where I look at it.
Have you gone for Hajj?
Umrah. I mean, yeah, I went for Umrah.
Umrah. So Umrah is what does it exclude that Hajj has that Umrah doesn't have?
There's more steps to Hajj than
Okay.
Umrah. You can go anytime. Hajj, you have to specifically. You have to do.
Did you go around the Kaaba in the Umrah?
Yeah.
You did. So did you try to get close to the black stone?
Kiss the stone.
You kissed the black stone. All right. So you kissed the black stone. You said that it takes away the sins, right? Which sins does it take away? All of them, some of them, big sins, small sins, past sins, present sins, future sins. Past, present, future.
Past, present, future. I don't know about the future and all that stuff. I'm not sure about that. But all the sins from the past.
All the sins of the past and present. The small sins or the big sins or all of them? Everything. All right. Let's say, no, I'm just going to give you a
going
solution.
to talk about this.
I know. And I wasn't going to talk about this either. I was talking about the Crescent Moon.
But what was the gentleman's question to you? What was he asking about the
He was bringing up the Ankh and saying that, in the Coptic church, they're saying that the Ankh was used by some Christians. And I was like, I'm not a Coptic. I don't know what their faith is or what there was a history. It wasn't a theological thing. It was more of a Coptic history, and he brought something up. But I said, why are you? He was trying to get away from. I was asking him, give me the significance, because if you put something on top of, let's say I put a moon on top of the church instead of a cross. Do you think Christians are going to be okay with that?
You put the moon.
Yeah, crescent moon. I say, well, Allah created it, and the Jews believed in the lunar calendar because they did, and Jesus was a Jew. Therefore, I think it's appropriate to put the moon, a crescent moon on top of it, or it's a decoration, whatever. Okay, I can do that. Can I do that?
You could put the moon on top of the church.
Yeah.
Well, no, because the cross symbolizes.
Thank you, sir. And I respect your honesty so far, because I know in Islam it's very hard to stay honest. So now, with the same train of thought, because we venerate the cross, we put it at a place of veneration. Now, do you venerate the moon? Why do you put it on top of your mosque? It's a place of veneration, as you would say.
I don't know, but it's not to do. It's not like we're worshiping. It doesn't have any significant power to it. That's why we put it.
I know it doesn't have it to you. Now, let me be honest, and I like your honesty. So I'm going to be very humble and gentle, and I will be very. The thing is, you don't know, and you're right, and I appreciate your honesty. Why? Because you were not told, and you are not supposed to know. That is why you don't know. Because if you knew what it meant, that would be a problem. Because the thing is that
I'll start with the moon, though.
no. Because no. I'm not starting with it. But the thing is, I didn't make this story up. Okay, this came from your sources. I gave him Kilby. You know who Kilby is? He's a historian. You can look him up. He wrote a book called Idols, the Book of Idols. And he also wrote another book, which was the genealogy of Muhammad from Muhammad to Ishmael. And he's a very well-renowned, very well-respected, alim in Islam. And he's from the ancient days, like from the 7th century. He's not like some modern guy who just came up with 7th century, 8th century. That's when he lived. So that means that all the Muslims of that time, they respected him, they agreed with him. Nobody said anything like this guy is a fake, or is a liar. Nothing like that. Okay? And in his book, you can Google it right now. It's the Book of Idols, Kilby. It'll come up and it'll give you the story yourself. You can read it yourself. I don't have to. Anybody who are watching the video can do it. In his book, he's saying, and it's not even a long story, it's just a short, you can read it in like 10 minutes. And it says that it says that Muhammad's grandfather, there was a divination in the Kaaba. The Lord of Kaaba was Hubal, which was the moon god. And at that time, his grandfather would do the divination with an arrow, and wherever it went, I don't understand most of what that rite was, but what it did is that because of that rite, he dedicated Muhammad's father to Hubal. Hubal. Now, he was correct. So this guy was the correct one, right? Because of his and the grandfather. So they were in charge of the Kaaba. So they knew everything about all the idols and whoever. So if Sylvie is saying that the Lord of Kaaba was Hubal, so because that makes a very big statement, not from outside Islam, from inside Islam, about the moon god. Because Hubal is the moon god of Arabia from thousands of years. And it was in the Babylon area, you know where Ur is, and it was in the Egyptian area. One place he was called Hubal, the other place he was called Sin. And you have a chapter in the Quran called Yasin. When you ask Muslim, what does Yasin mean? Oh, we don't know what it means. Sin is the name of the God. Yasin is like Ya God. Ya Allah is Yasin. But anyways, I'm not going to go there. But let's go back. So this Hubal story, I didn't come up with it. This is not like a. This is from your sources, man. I didn't make any of this stuff up.
Well, that guy who spoke, the guy you said, what was his name?
Kilby? No. He's the writer. Oh yeah. You can just Google it. It's just very simple. Just take out your phone, just put in Book of Idol, Kilby, and read like just one paragraph. That's all you need to do, and you will see what I'm saying.
How do you spell his name?
Kilbe, I believe.
Kilbe. La Kilby?
Yeah, just put the Book of Idol Kilby. It'll come up. No. Just put the Book of Idols Kilby. Of Idols. IDOLS. Idols.
Kilby.
Yeah, it'll come up.
The Book of Idols, Kitab al-Asman, written by the Arab scholar Hisham ibn al-Kalbi.
Al-Kalbi, yeah, Al-Kalbi.
Born 737, died
That's
at
right.
19.
That's right.
Describes God and writes of pre-Islamic Arab religion. The text is critical of pre-Islamic Arabian religion and decries the state of religious corruption which the Arabs have supposedly descended to since the founding of the Kaaba. The book was instrumental in identifying shirk, the sin of polytheism, with the idolatry of the pre-Islamic Arab. And then it goes on to talk about Ahmed Zaki Pasha, the Egyptian philologist, discovered the text. Al-Uzza, these are the Islamic Arabian goddess, these are idols.
Yeah, if you read the story, it's right there. Anyways, I don't know if you want to read it, but if you want to, that's fine.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, but it'll give you the story if you just go to the Book of Idols.
His name is up there. So
yeah, and the book is there. You can open up, if you just Google the Book of Idols and open the book, and you'll see the story right there. And it'll just take 10 minutes to just read it, because it's not even 10 minutes, 5 minutes. It's just 2 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs. It'll be fun. So this is something that I have nothing to do with. I'm just pointing to it, because that is something you say, oh, where did you get this moon god was Allah and this and that. I didn't get it, man. This came from your source. He said he's the Lord of Kaaba. You have, and his symbol is the crescent moon, and you have the crescent moon on yours. On the mosque, on the minaret in Kaaba. Okay, I'm not going to say in Kaaba, but, oh, it's not on Kaaba, it's not on top of Kaaba. Yes, it's on top of the mosque at Kaaba. That's what it is. And that makes it, and it's not even just that mosque, it's all over the world. And it's not from Ottoman. That is false.
So when you were saying to him, you're saying it doesn't have any significant power.
Sorry?
When the guy, the gentleman who was talking to you, he said it doesn't. He's trying to say to you, like, what are you trying to say? That because that guy from the 7th century said that's the thing that.
That guy, you're trying to say that this guy is some kind of like an idiot. He's not. Okay, because there's another book, if you read about him, there's another book he wrote, and this book was the genealogy of Muhammad, connecting him to Ishmael. And that book is well respected by all Muslims and everything. None of the Muslims of his time,
Written by him.
by him, none of the Muslims of that time or ever after ever questioned his authenticity or called him a liar or anything at all. Nothing. If you can find it, I'm here every week. Come and say I was lying. This guy was a liar. You made this stuff up. I'll be happy to look into it. There is nothing like that. So this guy is solid. There's nothing to, none of agenda, because if you just read what he said, he was trying to show the polytheism of the pre-Arabian, religions. And he's writing, and if you read his book, just a few paragraphs, it talks about the tribe of Quraysh. He's saying this was the tribe of Quraysh, and they did this and this and this, and this was the ritual, and then he was dedicated to Uzza or Al-Manat, or one of the daughters. And they were the daughters of Allah. Did I make this up? No, this was Allah. Sorry, Hubal. Okay, sorry. because there is another mention of daughters of Allah somewhere else, right? Yeah, there is. Okay, never mind. So, anyways, there were the daughters of Hubal.
If you leave that aside, when you were saying about the cross, what was the mention about the cross? Why you guys wear the cross?
Well, I mean, that's not even a question, because we wear the cross because it's mentioned in the Bible. Wear your cross. It says, pick up your cross and follow me. So there's nothing.
Do you believe that it holds any power when you hold it, when you wear it?
No, nothing. No, listen, it has power in its significance. Okay, it itself doesn't have power. No. Look. Symbols don't have power. They have significance. Swastika in itself doesn't have the power of the Nazi party, but it has its symbolism, right? So the moon, crescent moon, in itself doesn't have the power, but it represents the power of Hubal. Okay? So when you worship an idol, you don't worship because that idol in itself has power. No. The power behind what it's representing is what you're worshiping. So now, I'll go one step further, and this is the last point, because I think I've been going on for a long time about it. I just want to finish this on this. Muslims don't know what the significance of the moon on the mosque is. And I have asked very learned Muslim, Naz, you know Naz, he's very smart Muslim preacher. Nazam, yeah, we call him Naz.
The big beard.
Yeah. That guy, yeah, he's over there. So I asked him, and he said, oh, it's from the Ottoman, okay, which is completely the Ottoman. He said, I don't know, it's probably from the Ottoman. Now, what I'm saying is, 99.9% of the Muslims don't know anything about the significance of that. In idol worship, it doesn't matter if you know what the significance is. As long as you bow down to it, that's all it matters. Because it's false worship anyways. It's not a real God anyways. Just by bowing down to it and putting it on a venerated place, that's because...
Can I stop there? There's two different things. Putting something on top of it, right? Like I say, it doesn't have any
worshipping
power.
it is different thing.
It doesn't have any power. It has some sort of significance. And bowing down to it. We pray in the mosque, right?
Okay,
we pray in the street.
And I gave you that point already without you making it. I said Muslims do not think that they're worshipping the moon or they're intending to or anything like that, because in the Quran it says don't worship the moon and the sun, right? Okay, that's right. But what you missed the point was that in paganism or in the Satanism, I would go as far as saying Satanism, Satan doesn't care whether you know the meaning of his symbol or not, as long as you worship his symbol. That's all. And you're not worshiping because you don't know you're worshiping, but you have it on top of your... That's all he cares about, because it's a symbol.